Good morning. This is Aunt Beth. Welcome to my lamppost, the light I'm currently living in. So, this morning I asked the Lord what He wanted to talk to you about, and He said He wanted to talk to you about building some faith muscles in preparation for hard times. Because hard times are coming. It's kind of like an emergency savings account. It's better to have some money set aside so that it's better to have your faith muscles built up so that when an emergency happens, you can automatically go into what I guess they would call beast mode. Kind of like the Karate Kid movie. Don't know if you ever saw that. I saw the original. I didn't see the remake. But this young kid wants to learn how to defend himself. And he asks this legendary fighter for advice. So the man takes him to his backyard and has him, he's very specific. He wanted him to wax on his deck and then wax off. Wax on, wax off. He was very specific about those hand motions. And the kid grumbled, but he did it. And a day or two later, he was in a fight, and immediately, boop, boop, he did his wax on, wax off. And there was muscle memory there. It was automatic. He just went into it. He didn't have to think. His reflexes and his muscle memory was built. And I think that's what the Lord is asking us all to do. I don't want you to get all woo-woo on me, okay, or whiffy. Let me be very clear. Faith is a decision. Fear is an emotion. Faith is a decision. You hear what the Lord said, and you do it. Okay, faith is action. So, practice, and we'll talk about that maybe right now a little bit. Starts with the little things. For an example, when I started practicing hearing the Lord, and I still do this to this day, I would ask Him what to wear in the morning, not because God's after some sort of robot. That's not it at all. But I'm very aware that colors and things that you're wearing will trigger responses in other people or conversations in other people, or you'll be more approachable. And so God knows who I'm going to meet that day. I don't know. And so, or what way do I drive to work? When I'm at the grocery store, I have my list, but what do I get? What do I not? To get more of this, less of this, not at all of this? Because He knows what's coming up in the week. I don't know what's coming up in the week. God is not after a robot. He's after you being successful. Okay? So we need to practice staying in the flow, is what I would call it, all the time, so that when tough times come, you're ready. I'm just looking through my notes. So, expect to feel stupid. Can you imagine Noah? He's building an ark, And the scriptures say it was over 100 years he was building that ark. This is not like a one and done kind of thing. And at that time, the earth was watered by fog. It wasn't, they didn't have rain. They didn't know what rain was. And so Noah's building an ark because God had said it's going to rain and flood the earth. Can you imagine how stupid he felt? Those 100 years. But he was obedient. And then, according to scriptures, he went into the ark and God shut him in a week before it actually started raining. So that's a week to feel really stupid until it starts to rain. So I think you need to just recognize in advance that there'll be times when you feel like you're doing the right thing. And you're the enemy of your soul, or, society is gonna try and make you feel really stupid. But you're not. Might not be proved right away, but you're not. Now, God is not going to ask you to do stuff opposite his word, He's not going to tell you to divorce this person and marry that person. Okay, no, because that's opposite his word. Okay? He's just not going to tell you to do whiffy stuff. But he can see the future. And he wants you to succeed. And tough times are coming, so it's best to practice now. So, as far as following your gut, there's times when you just have this solid peace on the inside of you, and your gut and your head is giving you all kinds of crap. The Bible says to follow after peace. That solid, this is the right thing to do in your gut. And maybe we can talk about hearing God later. I want to talk to you about practicing now. Building up your faith muscle now. Remember, faith is not an emotion. Fear is an emotion. Faith is not an emotion. So, I think the takeaways on this is faith is hearing and doing. Practice now, the little things. It's like building up your muscles. You don't go to the gym and start lifting, 100 pounds. You start with 1 and 5 pounds and many, many repetitions. Okay. It's going to be okay. I'm praying for all of us. Praying for you all. God's got this. But we need to get into position to succeed. Think of your hearing the Lord as your GPS, your internal GPS for your God positioning system to succeed. We'll get through this. It's going to be okay. All right? Practice, practice, practice. Have a fabulous day. All God's best.